Okay, so this is part 2 because the bugs got too bad and I shuffled and lost my camera. So this is a little gate that he built me. And we're going to have, as I say, walkways connecting because he's got, you can barely see it, a wattle fence over there. But the spectacular, when he's finished, is over here. This is where he's transplanting some spireas and some big bad ferns that he's found because they transfer so well. I'd like to get some moss growing in here afterwards, but we'll also be shredding some trees to make some bark mulch. So this thing goes a long way, this wattle fence, all the way down there. So right now it's just trying to clear this out, bring in some ferns, some not pansies, daisies, the wild ones, and this really is fun to look out at now because beyond this is across the road a lake, and it really does it justice to have something wonderful here with all these transplants that he's bringing in. This is some of the wood that we're stockpiling because probably in September we'll start burning again. This has to be all shredded and cleared, and it's endless, the amount of work. Beautiful bench, but hard to sit at till maybe September when you can enjoy it when the bugs are gone. But this was a combination of a bed we found on the side of the road, and he did a spectacular job making this. This is the area to the left of the gate that he's also trying to match with the other side. So he's got more ferns he's transferred in here, more spireas. And it'll be another area to sort of walk through. There's a dip in there, and we thought, well, it'd be nice to have a gunner in there, but I'm not sure if a gunner will grow in Nova Scotia. But he's cleaned this all up. And we're over here by the satellite dish one that we're working on. This was for the birds to perch on, and they do. They enjoy coming. This has to be all filled with gravel yet, and more plants. And this is the satellite dish that we made into a bird bath. It's another fun thing to look out the window and see them enjoying. I guess I shouldn't scoot past this because we picked up some spoons while thrifting. And it's a little heavy, doesn't really blow in the wind, but it does pick up the light. It is fun. Okay, I call this our highway or roadway garden. So the sedum is doing quite nicely at ringing this rock. Daisies are popping. This needs trimming. But I found some neat things to the right. Okay, I'm going to struggle but take you for a little bit of a nature walk in here. Got some wonderful globular. I'm not sure what to call these guys, so I'm just going to call them shrooms. Yeah, we're getting quite a few more of these, and they're becoming larger. This one is catching all the light over here. You can't really see him, but he's in there. So I notice they come and go rather quickly. And you just got to catch them when you can for that beautiful... I'd love to paint them. This one looks like the lid came off of it. It's quite golden yellow, but I don't know if you're going to see it in this video. This I've been enjoying for years. I just love all the fungi that's growing on this guy. I'm on a hill, so you have to be careful. Yeah, it's just an old rotting stump. And all of that is just gorgeous. And this is the backside of it. Happy as a lark, so we leave it here. Okay, so these are the mollies in the ditch we planted last year. Hoping they flower pretty soon. We'll do our little walk over where the ants like to live. We don't have trolls under our bridges. We got ants. And this is where Roo the rooster watches over a new clematis that we put at the base, which is really loving it much better than the shaded area. And so this guy got damaged a bit in our work, but we apologized. This garden this year still has yet to come. Lots of foxgloves happening in here. We must have had quite a rain. We were away yesterday, but and this is over to the new one we're putting in. So don't expect a lot here, but we hope so next year. The slugs ate most of my marigolds. Got some yarrow, daisies, hostas in here. An iris or two. This is fun when the wind blows. We've been transferring alyssum because it is self-seeding here in Nova Scotia, just like in British Columbia. So with the bulbs, I'm going to come out with some string and tie those down. I want to get some more foxgloves in here. And I do have some campanula and calendula to get into here as well. We did have to add a lot of drainage in here because it comes off the hill over there. So we think we've conquered that. It's the deer. They're eating some of the perennials. And there's a beautiful spot over here that I'd love to get some bulbs into for next spring. I'd love some snowdrops, I think, in here. That could be wonderful. But this is pretty dense and it's going to have to get cleared. Not cleared, but opened up a bit so that, you know, we have more space to walk and enjoy. So hubby's favorite plant is a Spirea or a fern. So he's added these around the edges. The ferns took quite nicely. Some of the bulbs are still giving off some color. And this will improve. I myself like the wildflowers, so I'm quite enjoying these white foxgloves. I know we did introduce some foxgloves in here from the garden center, and I threw in some Sweet William, and they're giving us a little bit of jazz. This is the back side of our creek that leads up to our raised garden bed. We did have some bleeding hearts over here. They don't do as good here in Nova Scotia as they do in BC. But this is fun. The water's not running right now, but it does serve a purpose for us when the water and rains and storms come our way. There's another little walkover. So we'll step through the Buddha garden here. This was kind of fun. He found some fern, another hosta. Brightens this area up just a little bit. This is where we moved that other clematis from, here in the ditch. It wasn't very happy. I want to get something growing along here, but this takes us to our raised garden. Okay, hubby's not around to raise all these for us, but give you a little bit of a peek. So we've got tomatoes that I have to separate in here, and I even had some poppies and some cosmos. But so far the tomatoes are doing spectacular in here. So even though I hate to move them, I don't remember what kind of tomato I planted. So that's interesting. And this one, just did some lettuce recently. The bank had some special packets that were felt with seeds in them. Wasn't expecting a lot, but the felt beets came up. This was a question mark as to what these were, but turned out to be lettuce. So that's going to be fun. These are the peppers which have little babies on them. We're keeping these down, these lids down now because slugs were getting in. So we're going to have some peppers. And got some more beets started over here. We cleared out all the poppies except for a few here. This is from the compost. Hubby decided that It was growing, so it was going in here. It's doing well. And over here, we got some Swiss chard and more onions. The onions like the soil here. The Swiss chard's doing really well. These cartons around here that you're seeing here and there, they keep, and these cups from the dollar store, they keep the slugs from destroying everything. I'm trying to watch the bugs. They're starting to find me. Got some kale in here. More onions. And the onions are outgrowing. But wait till you see the beans. This one isn't the beans. This is more, I think we had flowers in here and some onions. We've cleared some of that out. Sorry, out of the other lettuce, the butter lettuce did not come up. It was an older package, so you take your chances. Usually I have no issues with that. And this is the bush beans. Like, oh my golly gee. We got to sort of tuck them down. He'll have to come back and get some of these ones that are stragglers right here. Okay, and I think this one was onions and carrots. Yep, we got some carrots coming up. And there was some more packets from the bank, but I think that they have been dispersed. Anyway, I see a bug. Hang on. Okay, we're going to head back through here because there is one plant that's doing exceptionally well that we transferred a few years back. It was already growing on the property. We haven't quite cleared this for walking, so try not to kill myself. Okay, up and over, and we're into the park again because I forgot to show you that this is doing so dang well. We moved the birdhouse there because the ants were coming and the bears destroyed a few birdhouses. But this is our honeysuckle with some spirea at the bottom. Sort of a fake door, goes nowhere. But one side's doing better than the other from the transfer, but this honeysuckle, really pretty. We do have some lights there that we need to reattach. But it's happy. The whole property seems to be enjoying our presence. We're enjoying it. And when you hear me talk about the bugs, these are not common bugs. These are nasty black flies that want to eat you, suck your blood, and leave you with welts. But I'm going to leave you here and say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Craggy from the gardening station in Nova Scotia.